Yes, Paul. I really like the way you dance. No, I mean it. So I figured we'd try this again. For one thing, if you're gonna change your name, why go from a Puerto Rican name to an Italian one?
Because I don't look it. People say you don't look Puerto Rican. You don't look Puerto Rican. But I am.
So you figured you looked Italian?
No. I just wanted to be somebody new. So I became Paul San Marco.
Why did you want to become somebody new?
Because I'm not exactly proud of my past.
Who is? That's what the word means, Paul. Past.
Maybe easy for you to say, but...
Listen, who made you start dancing? Your parents?
No, what do Puerto Ricans know about theater? Now we have Channel 47, but then we didn't have anything. But my father, he loved movies. He used to work nights, and as soon as he would finish, he would take us to see a movie, and then another movie after that. I don't know why, but I've always loved musicals.
How old were you?
4 or 5?
Up on 42nd Street.
Yeah. It was a trip.
Go on.
Well, I used to have to go and sit down front because I couldn't see. I wear contact lenses now, but I'd go and sit down front, and these strange men would come and sit by me and play with me. I didn't tell anyone because, well, I thought it didn't matter.
Why didn't it matter?
Why? Well,
Look, Paul, if this is too much for you, I have your picture and resume.
No. Okay. From watching all those movie musicals, I used to dance up and down on the street. I got caught all the time. It was really embarrassing. I was always being Cerise, always, which I don't really understand because I always wanted to perform. I mean, I really wanted to act. Once my cousin said to me, "You'll never be an actor." And I knew that he was saying that because I was such a sissy. I mean, I was terribly effeminate. I always knew that I was gay, but that's not what bothered me. What bothered me was that I didn't know how to be a boy. Once I looked in the mirror and I said, "You're 14 years old and you're a faggot. What are you going to do with your life?" Well, by that time, I was in Cardinal Hayes High School, and there were 3,000 boys there. I had no protection anymore. No homeroom where I could be charming and funny with the tough guys so that they could fight my battles for me. Just like they did in the smaller schools. I liked school, but my grades got so bad. Even if I knew the answer to a question in class, I would never raise my hand in case they'd laugh at me. I even used to whistling in the halls. It was awful. Just awful. Finally, I went to the principal's office and I said, "I'm a homosexual." Now, me being 15 at the time, and this being a Catholic high school, you just didn't say that. He said to me, "Would you like to see a psychologist?" So I did. And he said to me, "I think you're very well adjusted for your age and think that you should leave high school." So I did. But I didn't want to. I just couldn't take it anymore. See, what I was doing when I left high school was trying to find out who I was and how to be a man. You know, there are plenty of people in this world that don't know how to be men. But since then, I discovered that I am one. I was looking for the wrong things. I was trying to learn how to be butch. Anyways, I started hanging around on 47th Street, meeting all these really strange people. Just trying to make friends like me so I could discover what it was that I was. Somebody told me that they were looking for male dancers at the Jewel Box Review. You know, the drag show. So I go down to an audition. Now, from all these years of pretending that I was Sid Charisse, I had this fabulous extension. I mean, I could turn anything my first audition. So I go down to the audition and they say to me, "You're too short to be a boy, how would you like to be a pony?" And I said, "What's that?" And they said, "A girl." "What do I have to do?" "Show us your legs." "But I have hair on my legs." "That's okay, come on upstairs." So I went upstairs and they hiked up my dungarees and they gave me a pair of nylon stockings and high heels to put on. It was freaky. It was incredible. So I go back downstairs and they say to me, "Oh, you have wonderful legs." I said, "Really?" Terrific. So strange thinking about all this. I mean, that was a whole lifetime ago. I was just past 16. Anyway, then there was this thing of trying to hide all this stuff from my parents. That was something. Because I had to buy all this stuff, like shoes to rehearse in, earrings, makeup. And I would hide it all, but my mother would always find it. I told her that there was this girl in the show that didn't want her parents to know what she was doing, so I was just holding all this stuff for her. She believed me. Well, I was finally in show business. It was the asshole of show business, but it was a job. Nothing to brag about. But after a while, it got so demeaning. I mean, nobody at the Jewel Box had any respect for themselves, and most of them considered themselves freaks. They were ashamed of themselves. I don't know, I think it was the lack of dignity that got to me. So I left. I muddled around for a while. I worked as an office boy, as a waiter, but without an education, you can't get a good job. So when the Jewel Box called and asked if I'd go back, I went. We were on 142nd Street in the Apollo Theatre, doing 3 shows a day with a movie. It was really tacky. The show was going to Chicago. My parents wanted to come and say goodbye, and they said that they'd drop off all my luggage by the stage door after the show. Well, for the finale, we were doing this Oriental number, and I had to be Anime Wong. I had this huge headdress with golden balls hanging all over it. Well, I was going on for the finale, and I just passed the stage door, and who should I see? My parents. Got there too early. I freaked. I didn't know what to do. So I thought to myself, I know. I'll just walk quickly past them, and they'll never even recognize it was me. So I took a deep breath, and I started down the stairs, and just as I passed my mother, I heard her say, "Oh my God." Well, I died. But what could I do? I had to go on for the finale. So I just kept going. Well, when the show was finished, I went back up to my dressing room, and after I finished dressing and taking off my makeup, I went back downstairs, and there they were. In the middle of all of these, all they said to me was, "Please write. Don't forget to eat. Take care of yourself." Just before they left, my father turned to the producer, and he said, "Take care of my son." You know, that was the first time that he had ever called me that. I